risk. President Obama wants widespread wealth redistribution by taxing the rich and then tax them some more. He's not stopping with just taxing income, however. Oh, no. Now he has the 529 college savings plan in his sights. Here's Pat Boone, national spokesperson for the 60 Plus Association. Pat, taxing the rich, well, that's bad enough. We got that. Now he wants to tax one of the best plans to help the middle class. Will you explain to our viewers exactly what the president wants to do and why you feel so strongly about it?
If I sputter a little bit, Stuart, it's because I'm so upset about it. What he wants to do to the middle class is penalize them for success, for whatever they've been able to put together, paid their taxes on, put away, done the good old American wise thing of creating some kind of a estate to leave to their kids. He wants to take 60% of that away. We call it the death tax, 60 plus, and of course I'm a spokesman for 60 plus. And now they want to tax it higher than it's ever been. And the president has decided that if you have been hardworking and done well, and you may be earning as much as $250,000 a year, or may have put together as much as a $500,000 estate, which sounds like a big thing, but it's millions and millions of middle Americans. He wants to take 60% of that away because you had the bad judgment to die.
Is that the cutoff point,
we think,
Pat? I mean, if that's the cutoff point, $250,000 a year in income and $500,000 in accumulated wealth for your estate, if those are the cutoff points, if that's the point where much higher taxation begins, then you're absolutely right, because there's an awful lot of middle-class strivers who do put together that kind of estate after 40 years of work, or do make that kind of money after working since they're in their 20s and they move all the way up to their 50s. That's a hit right on the successful middle class.
And he keeps saying he's all for the middle class, and yet they are the target. They're his target when it comes to taxation. I tell you, I hate to say this because the man was elected twice as our president, but we also now know more and more that he was trained as a socialist, and every one of his legislative moves is a socialistic move. That is to bring everybody down to one level. You can only earn and keep so much. If you've earned more than that, you're not entitled to keep it. And this is a socialist theology. It's not just a philosophy, it's almost a religion to him. He wants to bring everybody down to one level, except the major contributors and donors to his campaigns. Those people he wants to give a pass to.
But America may have reached a tipping point and gone beyond that tipping point. Nicholas Eberstadt, great statistician, says that this year, this calendar year, about half the people, the adults in America, will ask for and receive some kind of government assistance, whether it's financial or otherwise. That's about half. That half the population has no interest in cutting back on what they get from the government. They have every interest in getting more from the other half, which doesn't take. Would you agree we're past that tipping point?
We are past it. That doesn't mean we can't undo it. Now, we have elected, thank God, a Republican Senate and House, and there's going to be a lot of conflict. And this man who just said, you played the tape, that we all need to live by the same rules, set of rules. And I want to ask him, what about the set of rules we're all supposed to live by? It's called the Constitution. And he gives the finger to the Constitution and just makes his own legislative, executive decisions, his pen, his phone, and makes laws, even undoes laws that he has put in place at his own whim. And he is not living himself as our leader by the same set of rules he wants to impose on us.
Pat,
it is a nightmare. It's an Orwellian nightmare we're living in.
Pat Boone, you did not sputter, but we know exactly what you had to say. And you're a very welcome guest on this program.
We need new leadership.
Okay.
Thank you, Stuart.
Pat Boone, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it. Thank you.